What's good, world? It's your boy Mastermind Man, and this is a special weekday drop. Listen, man, we're gonna be talking a little bit about Forspoken and some other stuff, but you want to be sure you follow your boy Mastermind RGTV on YouTube, Real Gamer on all podcast platforms. We're gonna be talking about some Forspoken. Let's get it. And at the end of this episode, or the middle of this episode, I ran into a gamer at GameStop. We had a really interesting conversation about Forspoken. Let's dive right into it. So check this, y'all. Forspoken is out. Y'all heard a little bit of my thoughts before the game came out and everything. You know what I'm saying? Playing the demo, really enjoying the demo, really right on the edge of purchasing the game because, you know what I'm saying? So in the gaming industry, IGN, Game Informer, shout out to those guys, whatever, man. But they've been kind of rating the game low ratings. So I think IGN gave it a 6 out of 10 or something like that. And I've seen someone else give it like a 5 out of 10. So listen, man, I don't know why they gave it that, but shout out to the brother Hip Hop Gamer. He pointed out a good point, was like, yo, you see a lot of times these guys, they give these people, they give these games, you know what I'm saying, 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, but you don't see them actually playing the game. Good point. You dig what I'm saying? So for us, the gamers, real gamers that's actually on the front line playing these games, we're telling you that it's good. These guys over here that's not even playing the game, and they're telling you it's 5, 6 out of 10. Yo, maybe they're playing it behind scenes, but we don't see these guys playing this game. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know how they got to the conclusion of what gave why they gave the game a 6 or a 5. You dig what I'm saying? So with that being said, man, you know, we tend to run into that a lot of times, man. We see the reviews on something. They say the reviews is this, and a lot of times by them, you know, big gamer companies or whatever, they're already big in the space. So if they come out and say, yo, a game whack, a lot of people that follow or really pay these big corporations or whatever, I mean, you know, opinions or whatever with the biggest crowds or whatever, they pay to some attention. And if they say it's whack, guess what? People gonna go off them saying it's whack. So I say my response to that is, man, yo, gamers, check it out. Give it a shot. I played the demo, loved it. Me personally, I'm a graphic guy, storyline, you dig what I'm saying? For the mere fact that it's made by Square Enix, I'm like, yo, let's get that a shot. So I don't know why they really gave it a 5 or a 6. Hey, it could be not so good in the midst of while you're playing the game. Possibly deserve a 5 or a 6. I haven't played the game personally yet, but my experience with the demo, I still give the demo at least a 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say a 5. To me, why I would probably give a game a 5 would have to be it's just horrible on bugs. Maybe the controller's not so well. You know what I'm saying? Look, just little things like that. Maybe if the graphics not so good. But so far, playing the game personally and seeing other people playing it, I'm seeing a lot of people enjoy the game. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to the homie Lord Hawk. I hope I pronounced his gamer tag name right, but I've been seeing the brother playing the game, and he's really enjoying the game. You dig what I'm saying? And he's like I wouldn't say he's a diehard Xbox fan, but he enjoys playing the game. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of people, a lot of streamers that everyday real gamers I'm seeing play this game are really enjoying it. So I don't understand why they gave it a 5 or a 6. So when the homie Hip Hop Gamer made that statement, I was like, yo, good point, bro. Good point. Because I rock with IGN, you dig what I'm saying? I rock with Game Informer. So shout out, that's why I told you, hey, shout out to those people, you dig what I'm saying? Shout out to the family over there, you dig what I'm talking about? I rock with them. But I mean, you know, I guess I haven't really paid it attention or see these guys play this game. So I don't know why they gave. I had to go and look at the review and everything, but you dig what I'm saying? I think the game is pretty dope. So that's why Forspoken is one of the main topics of this week. It's because, okay, it's made by Final Fantasy. Stay tuned because after this little break session I'm giving y'all, I got an interview with a gamer. You dig what I'm saying? And he's telling me about his experience with Forspoken, even though he hasn't played it, but just what his customers is coming in and, you know what I'm saying, telling them their experience and whatnot. And a lot of the experience and reviews that I hear from gamers is pretty good. So I really wanted to kind of, you know what I'm saying, jump in and be like, hey, let's have this conversation. Let's have this debate. Like, what's really going on? Why the big wigs say is give it a 4 or 5, but the actual gamers out here, we playing the game, enjoying the game, we think it deserves more than that. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, man, for those that's on the fence about the game, play the demo. And like I told y'all on the main series of the podcast, yo, for the fact that these guys dropped the update, you feel what I'm saying? I appreciate it. I appreciate it. You dropped the update and came out of the press conference update for the demo? You got my love, man. You know what I'm saying? I already rock with you heavy anyway because you're Square Enix. You feel what I'm saying? So shout out to Square Enix, man, what they're doing. I say give the game a shot. And the homie at GameStop, man, good brother, man. He showed me they got these little collection cards or whatnot that come with the game. I'm like, yo, that's fire. So now you give me a reason to purchase the physical copy of the game. You dig what I'm saying? I speak a little bit about that on the podcast too, about, you know, the physical copies of the games are pretty cool. Also, I'm starting to get a little bit more into the digital realm, but you know, physical copies, if you can provide a physical copy that comes with something and, you know, keep the price the same, or even if the price is high, but we got something else coming with the game. The homie showed me something that, like some collective cards or whatever that comes with the game. I don't think you can like use them in the game. Now, if you was able to use them in the game, that would be pretty fire. But hold that thought also, because I'm going to tie this into something else too. So if you're able to use them in the game, kind of like Nintendo could, like Nintendo do their, you know, NFC sync with the cards and all that, that would be pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? But something else I wanted to point out too was the mere fact that if Forspoken, you know what I'm saying, get the love that is shown now, like the homie said, proper promotion, marketing, and all that stuff. If they continue to invest into it while it's out and continue to promote it, you know, of course, drop some good updates that fix all of the things that need to be fixed and all that, of course. You feel what I'm saying? But it got the potential to, I feel like, to become something like what's that game? I'm thinking of a game. What's that game? Infamous. You remember Infamous on PlayStation? That game, you know what I'm saying, when you first play the first one, for new games to come about, you have to give it a chance. And if you give it a chance, the franchise may begin to develop more. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like with Forspoken, it has the opportunity to possibly drop a Forspoken 2 if the storyline is good. You feel what I'm saying? If the storyline is good, I can see them taking this character and morphing other characters into the story to introduce a new, pretty much a new franchise. You dig what I'm saying? Maybe a DLC in the future. Maybe Forspoken 2. I think they should probably do a DLC before they do a 2. Stay tuned for the interview with me and the homie at GameStop. We talked about it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things, you know, maybe we can get a DLC for Forspoken. You know what I'm saying? I hope we do. But hey, one other thing too before I swing on over to the full interview, man. Metal Gear Solid. Yo, listen. Rumors may just be true, people. We are getting a Metal Gear Solid remake. Now we don't know details. I personally haven't seen anything. It may be something floating out there in the net right now. But we may be getting a Metal Gear Solid remake. I don't know which Metal Gear Solid remake we'll possibly be getting. But for the mere fact we're getting a Metal Gear Solid remake, listen, man, I am hyped for it. And look, from all the gameplay I seen from Forspoken, people, you know, playing a little stealthy or whatnot, stealth into the game. I hope that Mark wasn't in my video. But like the stealth, that's dope. Assassin's Creed got that vibe. Metal Gear Solid got that vibe. You feel what I'm saying? You can kind of move stealthily through. I like the Forspoken got that. You know what I'm saying? So pretty pumped. So I kind of had to tie those two things in, but I'm hyped for this Metal Gear Solid remake. I hope it's like 1 through 3 or something like that. But if they remake one, it's gonna probably be 1. And if 1 do good, they'll probably do 3. And if 3 do really, really, really good, they'll probably do Phantom Pain. I can see Phantom Pain probably dropping if so. Let's say quick Metal Gear Solid rant for a second. If they do a Metal Gear Solid remake and it's just Metal Gear Solid 1 and it does really good, then they say, okay, that one did kind of like what Resident Evil 2 did. They came out with Resident Evil 3. So the first Metal Gear Solid do real good. Metal Gear Solid 3. Why I say 3? 3 was one of the most popular. That was like the next popular one. Like real popular. Everyone, I think, well, my popular chart. But it'll probably be 1, 3, and then Phantom Pain. I think Phantom Pain is like 5 or something like that. All of the Metal Gear Solids was dope, but my remembrance, 1, 3, and 5, Phantom Pain, was like the best 3. So if they was to do a remake, if 1 do well, I can see them doing all 3 of those. You dig? Or maybe how they got, because I got the Metal Gear Solid collection on the PS3. If they remake that and bundle it like that, that'll be also pretty dope too. But since Phantom Pain, I think Phantom Pain came out, I should definitely know this because I was going live on YouTube on Mastermind RGTV playing some Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain real heavy. I think it came out about 2014 maybe. It's a classic game, you know what I'm saying? 2014, 2015 maybe. So that's why I say the remake for that, the graphics still amazing. Yeah, I'm not gonna even front. They look boo-boo, but they're still not bad. I would still play Phantom Pain. Yeah, I still got it loaded up on my PS4. I can just turn it on and get back to playing. You feel what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how much I love that game. So a remake for a recent game like that, I can see them doing, but probably not the first remake because it's Metal Gear Solid. They're probably gonna remake Metal Gear Solid 1. I'm pretty sure they're gonna probably do 1. Metal Gear Solid 1. Most likely they're gonna probably do Metal Gear Solid 1. So I'm hype about that, man. Resident Evil 4 on the way. We're gonna save some more of this until the next mainstream episode of Real Gamer. Stay tuned for that. You dig what I'm saying? But we got a special interview coming up right after this. We're gonna just zoop that thing in there. You ain't even gonna know we out of here. Stay tuned for more. Alright, what's good? RGTV, baby. We're gonna be talking about some Forspoken. I'm speaking with the homie. What's your gamer tag, homie?
Black Aladdin.
Black Aladdin. Listen, man. Oh, this thing ain't standing up right. So listen, I want to come speak to you about the Forspoken. Have you played Forspoken yet or anything?
I actually haven't gotten a chance to play it yet, but from what I hear from my customers, they've been giving out good reviews about it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much what they like is the whole story and the whole fighting style of the game. Pretty much it's different.
Okay.
And that's what most gamers looking for these days. They're looking for something different. Like say for instance like Hogwarts Legacy.
Right.
They're pretty much looking for that divergence in gameplay and story where you can pick where your choices pretty much make your story and your character. Mm-hmm. And I think it all based off pretty much what I've seen so far of Forspoken. It's based off your build too, and how you do with the character.
What game would you say put you in the mind of? Because it's made by Square Enix. So what game would you say Forspoken put you in the mind of that you really love? That's from Square Enix.
That's a good one. All right, so if I was to give it like pretty much what I think it is, I'm looking at Final Fantasy 15.
Okay.
That's the vibes it's giving me, and I love Final Fantasy 15.
Right.
Most people hated on it because it was like was a turn based and stuff like that. But what I loved about Final Fantasy is like that new fighting style, that new combat mechanics, and that's what Forspoken looks like. It's based off of it's that Final Fantasy 15 fighting mechanics, which was to me just phenomenal.
So it's giving people a like you said, something like remembrance or something to do in something new to do in the game. So what about like Final Fantasy 15? You say, what about the story mode outside of the mechanics or whatnot, the controls or whatnot?
Outside the controls and fighting mechanics and then story wise, if I was to compare it to Final Fantasy, I'd say Final Fantasy gave me a vibes of if I was to give it a rating, I'd get like an 8.9. That is what Final Fantasy 15 gave me. Forspoken so far based off like our customer reviews. Yeah. I give it also like an 8.7 to 8.8 because it ain't all the way up there yet, but it's getting that based off what everybody keeps saying. So far we've sold out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and these are not just pre-orders. These are people. Well, we're not sold out. We just got some. We still got a couple in, but this is based off people coming in and buying it without pre-ordering.
Really? Okay, okay. Because like when I was saying right before I came in off L, I was saying that. So for example, IGN gave it I think a 6 out of 10. So with people coming in and buying it, like their main what's like the cons and the pros? We just discussed 2 of them, but what's like the bad negative things that people are saying about the game?
I'm thinking more of like people are probably mad about the whole I want to pick my character kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like most of these games these days, you get like diverge into different characters instead of just the one. In this one, you only get the one.
Oh, so
which
more,
is not bad.
So more changing between characters and whatnot. Storyline. Final Fantasy 15 that has a deep storyline to it.
More than just deep.
for something like what Forspoken, can you see Forspoken having a longer storyline? Like, can you imagine a Forspoken 2?
I can imagine
because we see so many Final Fantasy games and the storylines connecting. Can you see Forspoken like really having a franchise like that?
I can see it having like a DLC, and then once that DLC come out, we can only base it off of that. So far, it's looking like, from what I've seen in videos so far and streams so far, pretty much a layout of how the story could go. Now, since it's it could diverge into its own 1 and 2, which I feel like it'll probably end with a 2. But
okay.
I feel like it might just stop at this one, maybe, because trying to push a 2 could always mess up the franchise or something. Because Forspoken has a lot of potential, but with that potential, it's like, let's just go ahead and put everything on it. Like Final Fantasy 15, they could have did so much when it went from Versus to 15. With Versus, they could have probably like pushed it to keep going with Noctis. But with this 15, what they did was they made you build a relationship with that character and every other character that was in there. Now you built this relationship with them. You make it all the way to the end, and at that end of the game, you realize, damn, the story's over.
I cried. They kind of left you right at the end, like just falling from a cliff type deal. Okay,
but you loved it, because it was like, I built this whole relationship with them, like tons of hours into this game, dungeons and more you got to go through, and
kind of like Final Fantasy 15, 10 a little bit. Yeah.
And then you just keep it going with those, and you just built that bond. Whenever Noctis separated from his group and went to fight Arden by himself, I was like, oh man, this
it had that embracive moment. And see, that's another thing with video games. They share these like moments to where we feel emotional attached to it. You know what I'm saying? The Final Fantasy definitely do a great job, because I'm really attached to Final Fantasy 10. Final Fantasy 10 was one of my favorites. I played 15 too, but I don't think I beat it. But Final Fantasy make a lot of great games, and with that type of attachment, and if Forspoken can kind of introduce those things. I played the demo. I haven't purchased the game yet or fully got it immersed into it, but I think if Forspoken can get those key details like Final Fantasy, I think it'll be a great thing to see. My final question for you, man, is if you had to choose, if you were stuck on the island, which console and game would you go with? Besides Final Fantasy 15, this is gonna be my last one. I'm gonna let you go because you got it, cuz.
Ooh,
that's a tough one, huh?
I'd probably go with the Xbox. The Xbox Series X.
What game on Xbox?
Something that has great replay value and always loved by fans. You can never go wrong with the Master Chief Collection.
Okay. Master Chief Collection, Xbox.
Master Chief Collection, come with all the Halo games, which has replay value, because you can go back, collect all the skulls, play with the skull difficulties on all those games.
True. Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate your time, my brother. Hey, what's your game tag again, man?
Black Latin.
Black Latin, y'all heard it here, man. RGTV, stay tuned, baby. Explain this to me again.
So, I don't know what's pretty much all inside, but what I can guess is, like, it comes with a whole bunch of premium character cards when you buy the game physical from GameStop.
All right.
So you can get all these premium character cards with the game for no added cost. Pretty much, you're just buying the game and the character cards.
Oh shit! Does this do something like in the game?
It's just like for collectibles and stuff.
Oh,
like that.
okay.
I don't know. It might. There could be a chance that it might, because like amiibos with the Switch, you can
Right.
train your amiibos up. But it possibly could be, possibly could not be. But I know I like to get them just for the collective.
Okay. Is that like the ultimate package? That be like, do y'all have like the ultimate package?
I don't think they came with the collector's edition. This game.
That's like a collector's edition. Okay.
I know
okay.